So we have made it to Tillamook Creamery. We're excited to get inside, take you guys around, show you everything. This place is huge. Sure you're going the right way. They even have hoof marks. Brittany was amazed that cows eat 100 pounds of feed a day and that they spend 60% of their time resting. Sounds like not too shabby of a life. Alright, Brittany's gonna give it a try. She's gonna see if she can actually milk the cow.
Oh god.
You got a star, you got 21 seconds.
You're supposed to spray. What? I don't even understand.
You gotta pull down.
I have no idea. No, it said to connect them.
Yeah, so then you gotta connect the right there. You failed. So Brittany failed on the milking.
That's a machine milking.
But now we're checking this out right here. This is pretty cool. A Holstein cow produces as much as 15 gallons of milk a day. So that's about 150 pounds. So that's pretty crazy. So here behind us, you can actually see people down here working at Tillamook. It's a pretty crazy setup that they have right here. So right here's all like the cooking vats. On this side, they have like the final product coming out. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, the milk comes through in these pipes over to all these different cooking vats, you can see. We got 6 big ones right here. It's a pretty insane setup. Right here's some info on it. And then right here is what's the cheesemaker doing? So that's pretty cool. They're making yellow cheddar. They add Travato, a natural plant-based color. So pretty interesting. You guys can screenshot that if you want. If you want to know just how large these cooking vats are, each vat holds about 53,500 pounds of milk. So that's 6,220 gallons. These vats are huge. Okay, here's an interesting fact about what salt does. So adding, they add like 165 pounds of salt for every vat. So that's 53,500 pound vat. And what it does is it creates less whey, which means less moisture, which helps the cheddars age better. If you want to see some, look down here. Look at the size of those blocks of cheese. So you can see a few more of those big 40s as they call them. These are gigantic. It's a lot of cheese. I bet you Brittany could eat one in one sitting.
No.
So those big blocks we showed you actually get carried down this way to the cold storage warehouse. And it's just insane. It's the size of a football field, 90 feet tall shelving. And how many did it say?
37 million pounds.
37 million pounds of cheese is back in that warehouse. That is insane. And here you can see it on this video they're showing right here of the process. See the warehouse, and then 60 to 70 days later, the cheese goes into the lab, and here's where they test it out. Pretty crazy. This crazy looking thing down there is called the blue octopus. This is the big vacuum sealer. It seals all these up, sends them on their way. behind us, they actually have the little tasting room area. Nobody working right now here, but they do have some samples out for you. We're gonna take a look, see what we can grab. Here in the gift shop. It looks like a thing of milk, but it's a cool candle. So definitely a pretty incredible place if you're a cheese lover, or just a Tillamook cheese lover specifically. But they've been doing this since like 1909 here. They actually, like, I think it was about 20 years before that, but they formed like a coalition in 1909 and started it right here. So.
And they make so much cheese that they had to stop producing like their cartons of milk because they have to put all their milk into making their cheese.
That's a lot of cheese. So we opted just to do the self-guided tour, as you guys can see, but you can actually do a paid tour in there, and you get to go like deeper into the facility, so that's pretty cool. We opted not to, though. We're gonna try to cruise down the coast a little bit farther, but I figured we'd show you as we always do, or Brittany will show you what we got.
We got a mini loaf magnet. That's what they called their van.
Yeah, so they actually had a little Volkswagen van that they took around the country and visited over 100 cities to promote Tillamook cheeses, and they called it Mini Loaf. And it was cute, it was really cool. So we grabbed a little Mini Loaf magnet, and we're grabbing magnets, but we actually are putting Velcro on the back and sticking them in the van on the walls, since our walls are that material that you can luckily stick Velcro to. But we are gonna hit the road, head south down the coast, and see where we end up. Well, we have traveled from Tillamook down to Neskowin State Recreation Site, or the Neskowin Ghost Forest is what we saw online. We're gonna go check it out because it looked like they had some really interesting things that we'll talk about if we can find them. So let's go take a look. We were gonna fly the drone actually on overlook back there, but I had to do a bunch of updates, so we said, hey, we'll drive down the road to here because it was only another 5 minutes. And didn't realize that this was actually a state recreation site, and you're not supposed to fly drones now for commercial purpose, and state parks, federal, all that with the new changes. The ruling that happened last week, they overturned the previous year's ruling. Really annoying. So we are going to continue to film with the handheld and put it on YouTube, because this is the public's land, so it's kind of ridiculous what they're doing. We're not shutting down, closing down a national park or a state park for us just to vlog. So we're going to keep doing that, but because this is in a community with a lot of houses, I'm not going to put the drone up here. I don't want to disturb any of the locals and the homeowners. So it's just a matter of having respect for, for the environment you're in. It is a beautiful sandy beach with a pretty nice view. So we're unable to find exactly what we were looking for, but this thing that gets surrounded by water on high tide is called Proposal Rock. But it's really pretty here for sure.
I figured it out. It's just that over there.
Yeah, but
with the trees.
A bunch of small ones sticking up
out. It says to be here at low tide.
Yeah, and the tide's starting to come in, so we may have missed it. So there's all like these, I don't know the word for it, stigmatites? I'm saying it wrong. Correct me in the comments. But they're like these old, like million-year-old, like formations coming out of the water. And I think the tide is in too far right now. So we're kind of like the tide's starting to come back in, so we've missed it, unfortunately. But they're these cool like pillars coming out of the water, and they like have mussels and stuff on them. They just look really cool. If I can, I'll pop a picture in right now so you guys can see it.
And nobody's here.
But this beach is just, it's dead. There's like 2 people there, 2 people there, a group over there just enjoying, and then right up behind us, when the tide comes in, it fills in back here, and then you can see there's like a little lodge over here and just some houses up here, right over here. So really pretty. These people have quite the beach and quite the view, that's for sure. don't know if you guys can see them over there. Those things on the ground, way over there by the water, behind the running dog, center of the screen. That's actually some of the things we were talking about. But unfortunately, the water is coming in, and we have a slight stream blocking us from getting over there. Alright, we moved to the edge of the incoming high tide. But now you can see they're pretty small on the screen, but they're those right there in the center of the screen and right behind them, right where the water's crashing into. You see these little things sticking up out. It looks a lot better in person. And you see the beautiful dog running across. Overall, a nice little pit stop on our journey south on the 101. Now we are headed for Lincoln City and then Newport. And anything we see on the way that looks interesting, I mean it all looks interesting, but anything we feel like stopping and throwing on camera, you of course will see. We
once again found another gem of a viewpoint to stop at.
And we were able to fly the drone, so we're going to be able to work on a new intro to the channel. But check out this spot. It's pretty dang nice. I'm not sure actually what it's called.
I think it said Depot Bay.
So, yeah, beautiful little bluff here.
This is just outside of a city where I also had an interview for a travel nurse assignment, so it's pretty easy to say that we would not mind coming back here in the future.
Yeah, which, as you know, we're in Albany, so she didn't get that one, but it's because she actually didn't have her Oregon license then. Yep. So it took like 6 weeks to get it or
2
so.
months, yeah.
So she didn't have it yet. If she would have had it, would have had the job, and then you would have turned it down anyways, because of course she had the surgery. So I guess it works out. But maybe once this assignment's done, we'll be out over here on the coast. Not far either. It's only like an hour from where we're at. So we'll definitely be back over here during these 3 months. But I mean, it's just beautiful. A little cloudy, of course, but
doesn't get old.
Can't complain. And we're one of a bunch of vans lined up, just hanging out. So we're gonna get some lunch, go check out a spot in Newport that Brittany can get some delicious seafood that she's been craving and has been recommended from coworkers to go check out. So she'll go enjoy some seafood. I'll plug my nose. Not a seafood person. I like shrimp and sushi.
You like sushi. It makes no sense.
Salmon sushi I'll eat, but that's it. But we're gonna go over there. They have hamburgers, hot dogs. So I'll grab something and enjoy a good late lunch, early dinner, whatever. And I think we're gonna try to find State Park. It's first come first serve parking. Just that way we can go there, maybe clean the van out a little bit, and just have a relaxing evening because it's only about 2:30 right now.
Yeah, it's early.
Seems really late. We've done a lot already today, but we'll catch you over at this seafood spot.
So they told me I had to come here. They really told me to get crab, but I wasn't feeling crab today. So I haven't had this in a really long time. I got fish and chips with halibut, which I don't know if I've actually had that or not, so I decided to try it. It looks so good.
And I did not get anything because they did not have burgers in there, or at least beef burgers. They had some chicken strips, but I figured my chicken strips would probably taste like fish, since I'm pretty sure they were getting thrown in the grease what they were frying all the fish with. So I guess I'm gonna be cooking something in the van. coming from the usual spot, but we are at a state park. I think we've stayed at a state park before.
Yep.
But not usually how we do it. As you guys know, we like to use Harvest Host, Boondock, etc. $40 for the night.
Ouch.
But private RV parks much more expensive, so not terrible. We got a fire pit. I'll show you guys around after. We got electric, yeah, water, dump station on the way out. So
shower.
Along the coast, it's really hard to find spots to mooch dock, and we couldn't really find any Harvest Host in the area, so just figured it's where we crashed for the evening. So Brittany finished her fish and chips.
I did. Sorry, the kitten's trying to play with Muna's food again.
Yeah, we got this perpetual problem of the kitten destroying.
It's really bad right now.
The food dish area, so we gotta keep dealing with that. But how are your fish and chips?
The halibut is really good, but it was honestly way too much of it because it's all fried stuff. So I kind of wish I'd gotten like a kid's portion because it was way too much food and you don't like it. So
yeah, so I'm gonna probably just make up some hot dogs, and we have our factor meals back there, so I'm gonna have some hot dogs now and then a factor meal a little bit later because it's only 4 p.m. So you're actually not supposed to check in here until after 4, but we got here at like 3:40. We pulled in. There's another van, same thing. Kind of a confusing process since we don't do this much. Like, you know, we had to pay with the envelope, so we got to go put that back in the front, and then they want us to put the other tag on the pole, but it won't stay on the pole, so we're just gonna put it up in the window. But it was just a little confusing because the time we did go to a state park, we just booked online.
Yeah, and it would have let
Myrtle
us
Beach
do
State
that,
Park.
but only starting tomorrow. It wouldn't let me do it for tonight.
Yeah, so I guess it's a time thing, which makes sense, I guess. But in other states, you can book it. Like, if we're going to show up now, we can book it online. We could still
book it online.
Just makes it easier for the state, you know, to make sure they get their payment.
We don't always carry cash, so...
Yeah, but they actually let you pay with card.
Oh.
So you could actually write your card number in here. And the lady told me that I went into the, like, resource... Hospitality area for the Oregon State Parks. And she told us that they actually... the rangers that come around, or the park hosts, because there's like 4 or 5 park hosts. I've never seen that many park hosts. Will check in the morning and process it then. So she said we actually didn't have to pay tonight. We could pay tomorrow morning, but I just figured we'd cash and put it in the drop box and be good. So yeah, catch up with you guys in a little bit, maybe in the morning, show you around this park a little bit, because we are literally a third of a mile from the ocean. So this state park is on the ocean, but you gotta walk a path over. So we'll show you that.
Neil wanted to go see the sunset, and it told us we had to walk a third of a mile. Neil, how do you feel about that?
They absolutely lied. We've walked at least over a half a mile, if not a mile at this point. And no ocean in sight.
There's no ocean yet. We can hear it.
Well, we already thought once it was going to be over the bluff, over the hill, and then now here's a second hill.
There better not be another hill.
There's no hill. I'm just freaking. It's ridiculous.
You literally see our campground over there. It's over on the other side of those trees. It's not a third of a mile. I don't know if they're just trying to trick people so they get out and they exercise and they end up walking, 10 miles instead of a third of a mile.
It was not 10 miles.
It's close enough. I don't know, or if it's just that somebody that's in charge of this measurement clearly didn't go to school.
I should have worn my watch, then I would know.
I have my phone and we're gonna track this on the way back because I'm pretty sure like that lighthouse over there is where we are. Actually, there is a really nice lighthouse.
It really is, though.
I don't know if he's gonna pick it up on here or not, but try to zoom in and show you guys. It's real pretty. Way over there in the distance, there is a lighthouse. There you go. See the light there for a second. Alright, Brittany has her Samsung Health.
Got the app up.
The tracker. It's probably safe that we walk back now, since it's probably gonna be dark by the time we get there because we gotta walk 10 miles. So I guess we're gonna see. Are we just that lazy right now, or is this longer than a third of a mile? I guess come with us.
3, 2, 1.
And just so you get an idea, this is the trail we're going down. Then we go in through the woods and then over there. Yeah, third of a mile, my butt. Day 3. We find ourselves crossing the Serengeti, looking for predators out there that might try to take us down on this long journey. I'll check back in another day or two. Day 4, we begin to reach some trees. Still haven't reached the forest. We'll figure it out. Day 5, we've reached the second peak. Well, not the peak, we're ascending it. It's getting darker. We're not gonna make it. Day 7, it's been a few days. We've reached our first sign of civilization, a yield sign. We face a decision, which way do we go? Do we go straight, left or right? I guess we go straight. It says campground. Campground straight. Are you huffing and puffing back there?
I have no water.
Catch with you guys. Up with you guys tomorrow. We began to enter the forest. We have left the desert behind, or at least partially desert / Serengeti, and we are in the forest. We gotta watch for Sasquatch, since we're in the Pacific Northwest and we just visited the Bigfoot Museum. So, ooh, I hear people.
Neil thinks he saw him already.
I don't think I saw him. I just heard something in the woods. I want to make sure, you know, we weren't getting stalked by Sasquatch. But it's turned into forest. We hear people. We may have reached civilization. Stay tuned. Alright, so seriously, on a serious note here, we already reached a third of a mile.
Let's just prove that.
I don't know if it's...
I don't know. It says
up.
0.32 at the top. I don't know what it's telling me.
0.32. So, we're still going.
We are not back.
We are still going strong here. So, they lied. See? It just went off. So, I said target reached. So, I'm gonna say it's a half a mile. We may be just out of shape or something.
We're definitely out of shape. It's not half a mile.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
No, we were right though. It's longer.
Guess we'll figure it out. But we need to go turn this in the Dropbox. So we'll catch you guys in the morning.
Good morning. It is the next day.
Yeah, and we figured we'd show you guys some of the campground here, but it is raining out. It is a little nasty, windy, stuff's getting blown over. Might be snowing on our route back, not sure yet, so we figured we're gonna hit the road, get back.
So we're gonna end this video and get back to Albany. So if you enjoyed this, please give us a big thumbs up. Drop a comment below if you enjoy staying in state parks. Let us know. And please consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. We'll see you guys in the next video.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see